What's going on, guys? Crucible here, and today we are going to be bringing down the entirety of the Black Archetype going into Set 7 of Fusion World. And joining me today is JustSaiyanTV. What's up, dude?
What's up, my guy? I appreciate the invite here. The Black Coalition has definitely been wanting to talk about these cards, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
Hell yeah, man. We definitely need to get you on to talk all things for the Black Archetype. So glad to have you on. So let's just jump right into it because we got a lot of cards to talk about. So
For sure.
we have our Shenron leader. So first he starts off on his front side as the Dragon Balls. I think this is the first leader that like is a completely different like leader name compared to the Awakened side. If I remember correctly.
Actually, I'm trying to think here.
Because I know like Sin goes into a Mega, but that's still basically the same character. Like this is just this is straight up different. So we got permanent. So we got a permanent skill for him. He's 15k power. Permanent skill. This card can't attack, and if your life is a 4 or less, this card gets 5,000 power. He has an activate main, or it has an activate main, where switch this card to rest mode, draw 1 card, and then for the Awakening, when you have 7 cards with Dragon Ball in their special traits in your drop, draw 1 card and then flip this card over. Once he's flipped over, he becomes the Almighty Shenron, 20k power.
Yes, sir.
Permanent skill, can't attack, and then activate main, you switch this card to rest mode to then play out 1 battle card with a cost of 7 or less from your drop and then flip this card to its front side. Then return all cards from your drop into your deck, shuffle your deck. That was a lot that I had to say there, but what are your thoughts here?
First of all, I think this might be Black's first tier 1 deck since Baby in a long time. My thoughts on the actual card itself, very good for what it's going to be doing with the rest of its cards, allowing you to be able to cheat out a 7 cost or less. And with its support, we're going to go over in a second, that could be very early in the game. So I think him being able to do his leader effect multiple times in a game is a lot of value for a leader.
It's insane to think that you're at least you're saying it's going to be the first tier 1 since Baby. Like I don't know if I thought that highly of this Shenron, but I mean, with an RNG deck, you almost never really know. So it's so like
I think he can be good. I think he can really, really be good and a problem. Now it really depends on, of course, the best deck in format and how often he's played, and we all know who that is, but I think this guy can be very, very good, very strong.
Yeah, well, what kind of grading would you give this?
Leaders overall, I would give it an A tier leader.
A tier leader, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, considering like we have one other deck that that can't attack on swing, and the fact that she's only able to really use her ability like once per turn, you can utilize this Awakening and this main like multiple times in a game.
And we're drawing
every single time we awaken. And we switch this to rest mode when we need to. Kind of crazy. Yeah, I could say this. I could see this being an A. Maybe I'll put it on like the fringe of like maybe like an A-, just because of like the RNG basis of what this deck is trying to do. But I could see your argument for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to a couple people who have been like doing some testing and whatnot and just bouncing ideas back and forth. And I think there's actually a couple different ways that you can run this guy, like in terms of how people are building their decks. Ultimately, yes, we're milling, but in terms of how we can shop things around for the matchups that we're playing. So he had some really good ideas that I talked to a friend about, but looks really good.
Yeah.
Overall.
Well, let's get into the support set that he's got. So let's talk about Whis. 1 cost, 35k power, 10k combo. Permanent skill, this card cannot attack, but it has another permanent skill where if you have a Beerus in your battle area, this card in a battle area gains blocker. I want to say, I mean, this is easily the best. This is easily the best 1 cost blocker like in the game. You do need to have a combo piece and a Beerus, but I don't think that's too hard to match just due to the fact that we do have a Beerus this set, which we'll talk about later. But we also have the 2-cost Beerus that came with Shallot as well. So while this can be easily removed by the likes of like the 1-cost Kami in green, you got like the Girins and the Zamasus, 1-drops in blue. This can't be minused by red very easily. Yellow can rest this, but like resting this doesn't really do much if they can't like lock it down. And black probably has some means of being able to bounce this and remove this with ease as well, but that also requires like a little bit of setup to kind of get that around that too. So I think this card alone like is there's value in it, but I just don't know how often you're going to see play with it. If anything, I see a lot more usage with Shallot in the Shallot deck than I do in the Shenron deck, but I can see you using it in both. So I would probably give this I'd give this a C+.
So you hit the nail on the head. I was saying C in my head the whole time. I just, it just kept on coming out every time. I was like, C, 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 C. No, I really think this is a C type card. I think it's really best for Shallot, personally. Sequencing, if you really want to play with the Beerus now and really hurt your opponent, right? Running the crit in the early game and just trying to hurt their hand a little bit. Now you can play the Beerus alongside it and just kind of like just be a little nasty, I guess. Outside of that, I think it's an okay card. Like I said, it just requires another card with it to really proc its effect, and I think that lies its weakness. And I don't know if I really like that too much.
Yeah. But at the very least, it's got more staying power than some of the other one-cost blockers.
I do agree for the red matchup. Yeah. If we want to tech something and try to find something out, that might be a good piece to see if there is something there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think C is probably the best it's going to be.
Indeed.
On to the next one. We got Oolong. 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, if your leader has Dragon Ball and its special traits, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 5 or less in the opponent's battle area, and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn.
I think he just does exactly what you're wanting to do. You need to be, well, not sure if you really are wanting to actually run this card in the list that I've been running, at least. Like locking cards with Shenron, or looking for a card like this when you're supposed to be milling, it doesn't necessarily always feel the best. And maybe I need to test Oolong more, but I'm just not sure that this is a card that I would ever want to be playing at any particular point. And milling it doesn't really serve me any purpose, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I just feel a little weird. I would probably give it like a D, honestly.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I was thinking of giving it a D, just D, or maybe even like a C-. The only reason I would even give it a D, though, is more the fact that this is literally Oolong from the First Wish with Shenron from OG Dragon Ball. And it's not adventure. Like, Bulma could utilize this card. Bulma could get some use out of cards. Like, so it's like, why
fumble there?
Yeah, like I don't understand why we're printing OG Dragon Ball cards, but then not giving Bulma more support.
This is literally what I've been asking for Bulma, and you bring that up, and I wasn't even looking that far into it. This is she needs a Para. I know that's getting off track, but that's what she needs. That works for her, or a card like this that just allows you to stall when comboed off. So yeah, no, I agree. I feel like that's a fumble here for sure.
Yeah, so I would agree with you in the sense that this might be a D just in the black archetype. Like, this is like, there's better cards than what this is doing, and the fact that there is like a restriction to it being only in Shenron, like there's very fringe use on this, very niche uses. So yeah, I'd say D is probably accurate.
Good.
Next we got Kami. 1 cost, 10k power, 10k combo. Auto, when this card is placed from your deck into its owner's drop, if your leader is Dragon Ball in its special traits and you don't have an energy marker, you place 1 energy marker. Yeah, I mean, marker generation has always been good in black. The fact that this is just an auto when you mill it out of the drop is also really good. 10k combo power. As well, like I don't know. This is I would say this is probably a C. Maybe because it's an auto proc just on mill, maybe it might be like higher C, like C plus maybe. But just off the face of it, it's not doing a whole lot other than getting you a marker, and you need to have it go into your drop in a very specific way. So, but it can be very helpful for Shenron, I think.
I agree 100%. So I think this card has some use cases. I know some people, I have some testing I want to try with a certain card that requires marker that I don't see a lot in the Shenron build right now. And I think that this Kami could really sequence well with it. It's like you said, I think it's a C plus B card. It's just like a necessary staple for him, but it's not doing anything more than what needs to be done, which is generate the marker for black, which is a necessary mechanism for black leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say C. Maybe B. Yeah, I can see the
C plus.
I can see B
at most.
Yeah, I can see B from your standpoint. Yeah, I mean, I'll stick with C, but yeah, I think it is necessary to run the deck, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be some cards where we're going to need marker, and I think that, you know, being able to be black, if you will, is still necessary.
Yeah. Next, we have a Master Roshi, 2 cost, 20k power, 5k combo. Auto, when this card is placed from your deck into the drop, if your leader has Dragon Ball in its special traits, you can add 1 Son Goku from your drop to your hand.
I love this card. It pretty much says that that 5-drop Goku, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, we can pick that up immediately once it's milled, and that card is a nice little fix for this deck in terms of how it operates. And there's other cards that we can sequence in the deck. There's other Gokus. I mean, if you really want to add pressure, this is where I say Shenron could have a couple different ways you could play him. You could look at the 5-cost Goku from the Gogeta set. That one's a Goku that you could mill and bring back to your hand. So are some Gokus out there that you can add back. Overall, I would say this card is probably a good B. I'll give it a B.
Okay. I would maybe say it might be a B. Just because it's got recursion. It's going to help you find some of your bigger staples. I'm assuming this pulls GT Gokus as well.
No,
it does not. That sucks. That does suck.
Yeah. It's only, that's why it's like, it only could be like the 5-drop one. There's a 3-drop one from the Gogetas. It's very niche, if you will. Yeah. But there's a couple of them that you can put in there. Or the 6-drop UI one is the one I put in my deck for it. Okay. Yeah. And he's a 2-cost body that can swing for 20,000 power. In the early game, there's not really much that you're really playing off of your energy. There's not many cards from what I've seen so far that you're able to play off your energy and get like attack value out of it. So having cards like this to have something to play in the early game is pretty good. Indeed. The effect is more so just if it gets into the drop, it gives you a little something. So, yeah, I would say probably C plus, B minus on this. Indeed, I'm right there with you. Actually, B minus is probably more like it.
All right, then we go to Giru. 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, place the top 3 cards of your deck into the owner's drop. Not really much to say. I think about this. Good turn 1 play to get you some of your pieces. Maybe you get some other tech pieces that can be played from the drop early into the game. Maybe you generate the marker with the Kami. Yeah, I mean it's a very standard card. I would say C.
It's your mill deck cantrip. That's what it is. It's doing exactly what you want it to do on for a 1 energy. And yeah, I think you're right on it. It's a C plus card or CC card. Yeah, nothing too crazy there.
Next, we got Krillin, 2 cost, 5k power, 5k combo, blocker. With an auto ability, when this card is placed from your deck into the owner's drop, if your leader has Dragon Ball in its special traits, play this card from the owner's drop.
I love this card. I think this card is really good. At first, I looked at the attack on it and I was like, yeah, it's so middling, so easily for red to get rid of. But it serves more than one purpose. I mean, red still has to, of course, neg it every single time, so it is annoying for anybody. They still have to put some attention on it. But for the other colors, it can't simply just be combied off the board. It can't be bought off the board. With one of those, you literally have to commit more since it is a 2 cost. So I think there is some value there.
And what I do love about this card too is the fact that, like, if you mill multiples of these off of a mill card, like, you get multiples of these on the board. It's not a once per turn. It's not a limit 1 in any way. Like literally, if you were to mill 3 of these off the top of your deck, you get 3 right out on the board, and that's obnoxious. So
I agree. I've seen some boards get like that, and the opponent's just like, I'm not going to get damage in for so long, and he's just getting the Dragon Ball. Yeah. So I love it. This card is really good.
It's literally like a card that's there to disrupt your opponent without thinning you out in your life pool. Since you need a very specific condition to awaken, like, having a card like this will allow you to, like, have a little sustainability.
I agree.
And go
for
off
a
that.
deck, for a deck that runs a lot of zeros, guys. A lot of zeros. This card is your best friend.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I would say grade.
I'm thinking.
I'd give it a B plus.
Yeah, I was
thinking. At least.
Yeah, I was thinking about a B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good card. Next, we get to one of the big staples of the deck. We get our first SR in Son Goku. Alt art, fantastic.
It is.
5 costs.
Oh my god.
5 costs, 35k power, 0 combo. When attacking, you may place up the top 5 of your cards in your deck to your drop, and then you have an activate main once per turn. Place up to 3 cards with costs of 6 or less and different card names from your drop at the top or the bottom of your deck in a random order. This card, this has multiple uses. I think I could see some use. I could see some fringe use in like Shallot, just being able to get some of your 6-cost bodies back onto the top of your deck. If you have a UI Goku that's sitting on the board, that'll help you get the draw effect off of the UI Goku. I could see
effectively. And just like on that point there, you effectively place this card out, like you put a UI out and the next turn they didn't remove that UI even for 1 turn. You play this card right after it and your opponent is like having to make the biggest decision of his entire game. Which one do I remove? Because if I leave this guy on the board, I just get the UI back and I play him again next turn.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I love this card for Shallot as well.
And it's pretty good too, and it's very good in Shenron just because you're milling the top 5, so you're trying to use his ability to get the Dragon Balls into your drop, so you can either awaken, or you're milling the top 5 cards of your deck to find the piece that you want to play off of the Shenron, and then his activate main ability being able to just take 3 cards, 6 or less, and put it at the top of your deck. Like maybe there's a certain card, maybe you're unawakened, right? And there's some cards that you want to get certain effects on, like you need to generate a marker for whatever reason. You can just take those commies that are in your drop that are doing nothing for you by sitting in the drop, put them on top, then going into the next turn when you swing with this guy again, then you get the effect again. So it's so it's a nice little like effect recycler for a deck that like needs to have very specific pieces, and certain plays that need to be done in order to get your setup. I think this card's great for this deck in particular. I think for this deck, I would say it's probably a in this deck, but I think in every other deck, I think it might be like maybe C+, B-. I'd
have to agree with you. I think in this deck it is amazing. And Shenron, it's everything that you want this card to do for Shenron. I think it can allow you to sequence some cool plays because even its activate main step, it says place up to 3 cards. So you don't have to activate all 3 cards and put them at random. If you need a specific piece, you just put 1 there.
Yeah.
And like maybe it's the removal that you need for a Broly leader or something like that, and you just need that removal piece for the next turn. I feel like this card allows you to kind of see that and sequence really well. Like I said, yeah, I think it's an A tier card in this deck. B tier card probably in Shallot, and then the remaining other black leaders, I think this is like a C card or C plus at most. I don't think you really have room to run this at 5 with the other black leaders because of what it's doing. But
yeah,
cool nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree. Alrighty, on to the next one. We got our next SR, Son Goten and Trunks Youth. Standard art, pretty standard, but I love this alt art. This alt art's fantastic.
Chef's kiss.
It's a 3 cost, 25k power, 5k combo. When attacking, place the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop, and then activate main once per turn. You discard 1 card from your hand, and then he gets a second swing.
I love this card. This is on me this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I love this card. I think I need to do more testing with it on 3 to see exactly how it feels, but the idea of having anything that double swings is great. This game is pressure, taking resources from your opponent, and while you're doing that, you're still milling. So it's kind of touching everything that you want to do as a Shenron. You're touching your opponent's life while also milling. It's a 25k stat line, which means, hey, it's not going to be something that their leader swing can just swing into right away. So I think it's really, really good card. And then, of course, the alt art itself kind of is amazing.
Yeah. It's generic, and it's a generic card, which is nice. But the problem with this is that like Shenron's really the only deck that's kind of getting use out of this.
Oh, 100%.
There's no other mill decks like in black. So placing the top 2 into your drop like, every single time he attacks kind of sucks. Especially when he's able to swing twice. So that's 4 cards in your drop every turn, 5 with the discard. So yeah, it's exactly like you said. Like it does exactly what Shenron wants to do, which is just get his effects to be able to free play or awaken as much as you possibly can, and
swing face.
And just swing face. So yeah, I would say maybe B+ in Shenron. It's like F, I think, in like other decks.
I agree. That's literally probably perfectly F and everybody else. If you play this, you're selling your game in any other black deck. It's just only meant for Shenron.
Yeah, the 2 swings in other decks is just not worth it. So it's... All right, we going on to Son Gohan Youth. 2 costs, 20k power, 0 combo. Auto, when this card is placed from your deck into its owner's drop, if your leader has Dragon Ball and its special traits, and you don't have a Son Gohan Youth with a cost of 2 in your battle area, you play this from your drop. And then when attacking, you mill the top 2 cards from your deck to your drop. I like this card as well. It's the same. It's basically the same effect as Krillin. Only difference being is that you can't have this on the board already. So, you have to, like, this gets free played when you have, like, no other Son Gohan Youths on the board. It's a 20k swinger at the end of the day that helps you to mill your deck out to get your Dragon Balls in your drop. I think just because you can't play it out as often as Krillin, I would rate this a little bit lower than Krillin. But, I mean, this is also doing, like, a little bit more than what Krillin's able to do, too. So, I'd probably give this a B.
I have to agree with you. I think it's a B card too. Well, when attacking effect, and then the alt art, which is what I was about to tell you to click over to next. The alt art is amazing on it.
Oh, I missed the alt art. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, chef's kiss again. All right. The black border, first of all, I'm going to just side tangent here. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am so hyped about that. That black border is so good. And I'm glad they're doing it on all of the color cards now. But yes, overall, card is amazing. I think anything that's going to proc and allow you to get a free body on the board without you committing energy is great. And then again, when attacking is always good. Always good, because you're going to have to swing this card anyways. He's not doing anything else. He's 0k combo, so you're going to want to swing him no matter what and keep generating your discard. So I think it does exactly what you want for Shenron. B, every other leader. No, you don't run this.
Yeah, no, F.
0k, 0 combo. You don't run this. Don't touch this.
You wouldn't even be able to play this anyway because it needs to have the Dragon Ball later.
It's only from, exactly. Even more reason. Don't touch this.
Yeah, great card in Shenron, though. Dende, 2 costs, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, if your leader has Dragon Ball and its special traits, you place the top 5 of your deck into its owner's drop. Same as the Giru. It's a turn 2 miller that mills more than what he does. So once again, just helps to facilitate getting the Dragon Balls in your drop. But he's not really doing much else for that. He's a 10k combo, I guess, on the board. But he's not really getting much of a swing in. So I'd probably give this a C as well. I think I gave Giru a C. So I'd probably do the same with this.
So I'd probably say it's like CC+ with you. I think he's doing exactly what you want him to do. The deck needs 10Ks. So that's the reason why I say C+. The deck desperately needs combo power to be able to run. But he does exactly what you need to do. Turn 2, you have nothing else to play Dende. He's going to do exactly what you want. 5 cards go in the drop, and then you may be able to proc some of those Gohans or any of the other leading effects, maybe a Roshi, and get another turn set up in a couple plays for maybe a Goku. So he does exactly what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Then we're going to get to some legacy support. We got Trunks GT, 1 cost, 5k power, 0 combo. On play, if your leader is Son Goku GT and you don't have an energy marker, you get to make an energy marker.
I am in love with this card. I am in love with this card. This card is amazing. It literally says all of the value that Gogeta will, and I hate to say this about my friend my friend of a leader, Gogeta. But with this card, that leader is literally ineffective to me because this card literally takes his leader effect and gives it to me every single time without me having to discard. So now every single play within black is always available to me. And even more so, we had a new support card, which we're going to go over in a second, that allows us to sequence with this really well to generate some early value draws to maybe even get further ahead in the game. So I really like this card a lot. And he can actually be a 20k swinger himself if your leader's awakened. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
You can put the marker on him. So it's really, really cool.
Yep. I was going to say basically the same thing. He's an immediate replacement for Kakarot in the Son Goku GT deck. Just because he just generates it for basically free. You're going -1 in hand instead of -2. The only downside is that you don't get the combo power from Kakarot. But I mean, was that combo power really going all that far with Kakarot anyway to begin with? If you were -2 in hand, so I don't know. Yeah, I definitely like this card a lot better than Kakarot in the deck. So I would definitely give this a B card. This is a B card in Super Saiyan 4, I think.
I agree. I think personally, it's probably B plus for me. I just can see the things that we can now do with marker in terms of the red matchup now, or anything like that. We can just generate so much more value. I don't necessarily have to depend on SCR, or I don't have to depend on a late play. I can really generate that marker and start defending pieces I want in the early game right away. So yeah, this card is excellent for GT. Yeah, I agree.
Then I think more GT support here. Oh, nope. Oh, now we're getting on to my favorite card from this set. All right. We got Bardock, 2 costs, 15k power, 10k combo. Activate main, pay 2 energy, place this card in a battle area into the drop, and then if your leader is Bardock, you draw 2 cards, and then during this turn, the next time that you use a card with a cost of 4 or less in Bardock's crew and its special traits, you do not have to pay the cost. So, this card is insane, in my opinion. I think a lot of people will see like its stat line, or his stat line, and like the cost that you need to pay in order to get these effects, but it's doing so much for you. Basically, turn one, if you pay marker, you can play this out turn 1. That's an immediate, that's something that your opponent is going to have to immediately have to deal with, and if they don't deal with it, then they're going to have to suffer quite hard in the early game.
And there's not a lot of cards that either neg 15 on turn 1 for anybody, or allow you to remove a 2-drop on turn 1 for anybody. So this is pretty much almost a guaranteed stay, unless someone has, like, I don't know, unless you're going to do God Kamehameha off the rip on
God Kamehameha right off the rip. Red on turn 2, because your turn 1 play is this. They go to turn 2 with 2 energy. They could foo with this. So I mean, there are a couple things that can remove this, but the majority of the game doesn't have an out for this for the most part.
You're high rolling, and they have to high roll the defense.
Yes,
the removal.
They have to give up their play line and their curve in order to remove this, and that's what makes this scary. So, yeah, turn 1 with marker, you play this. They have to answer it. If they don't answer it, you pay 2 energy. You swing with this first. You swing with it. You pay 2 energy, place this in the drop, you draw 2 cards, so you're already +3 that turn, +2 with whatever you play off of this. And it's a 4 cost or less in Bardock's crew. So you could do this with New Legend to get a 5 cost crit body, or the 5 cost double striker out on turn 2, which is really scary. You could also play maybe like the 3 cost Bardock out that swings twice. So that's 4 swings that you're gonna be able to do on your opponent on turn 2, which is a lot of aggressive potential. And it's still just the fact too that you're drawing 2 cards just by paying the 2 energy. So it's like any value that you discarded from either comboing early or comboing up or whatever the case may be, like you're getting all of that back.
I think I like your thoughts here, honestly. I wasn't really considering the 3 cost Bardock, but even a turn early on him is really good if you just didn't have anything else. I also like the fact that, and I just see it happen often, when you're doing these cheap plays, guys, definitely swing the body. Don't just play the card and activate the effect. So I think you're 100% right. You play them, swing them first. I wanted to point that out because I see that often missed a lot of the times when we're doing the cheat effects. Make sure we are swinging, but yes, this is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I would not swing this turn 1 just because any unawakened leader can swing into this. But yeah, turn 2, you 100% swing with this.
Swing it, 100%.
No,
you swing that, and it, like I said, if you get the ultimate high roll, you're going to be so ahead of your opponent. They don't know what, if you get the crit out, honestly, that's probably the target that you really, really want. If you get that crit out that early where you can remove their board every turn that they put something out and then also remove their hand, I think you just start to win the game.
Yeah, because that's literally like my mindset with this card is just get the crit body out. And then your next couple turns, like if you can get another body out to add pressure, that's good. But more or less, you're probably playing like your cantrips and stuff.
Yeah, nobody's commenting out of a 35, like a 40k crit, because even if you just combo 5 on there, it's absolutely disgusting to deal with every single time.
Yeah. So I mean, and everybody knows on my channel, I've been running Bardock like crazy in the rank meta right now, and it's like my favorite deck at the moment. It's always been one of my favorite black decks. So this card for me, and this could just be biased, this is an A card. This is straight up just an A.
Yeah, no, I can see it being B+, A-, somewhere in that range, because like I said, you do have to hit its window, and I think there might be even a later window in some situations if the game is kind of set up and you want to try to get maybe multiple plays off. You can maybe try to set something up with this, but it's really an early game card. So in that regard, I'd probably say like B+, A- for me. Also,
it's 10k combo power that you can get off of your leader swing.
Which is also beautiful.
Which is also really crazy. Effect. Yeah. So it is like this is everything that the Bardock deck like desperately needed for his archetype. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually opened up my eyes even more to it, man. I knew it was good, but you know, after talking some more, I can see some more use case in it too.
Yeah. No, I love this card. This card's great. Next, we got more legacy support. Pan GT, 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo. Activate main, return this card from a battle area to the hand. Your leader is Son Goku GT, and you have an energy marker. You play up to 1 Pan GT with a cost of 2 from your hand.
This card is insane. This card is absolutely bananas for GT. So you start with marker and you're off to the races right away. Like, I mean, even if you don't, now you got Trunks, right? So you can kind of just like create it. But like, so if it's turn 1, you play this, just go ahead and put the pan out there. Turn 2, then you can play the Trunks GT, and then you're already up on hand advantage. Plus, you can actually swing her if you really wanted to and draw that turn. Turn 3, you're putting out your SCR already. You swing it, you're removing something. Like, you're just the amount of advantage that you get by turn 3 with this card on there on the field is absolutely bananas. And then like even if you start early with marker, it's even crazier. Because then you could just remove right away on the field and then just put the Trunks back on.
Yeah, like
in the same next turn.
Yep, like that 1 cost Whis in red. Like that's always a troublesome card to get rid of. You could just bounce it right back to hand. It's
gone. Literally right on turn, like, which is insane to think about. Turn 1 bounce, you're getting a draw.
Yep.
Turn 2, I played Trunks, didn't lose a card from hand. I mean, just didn't lose anything because I didn't have to discard other than the card I played for Trunks, and I'm back where I was. Same curve.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep, and it just allows Pan to be able to just draw every single turn that she's on the board too. Even if you're not like bouncing something back, like you will always be able to get draw something out. So multiple on the board can become a little scary in the early game.
I love it.
Yeah,
I thought she was a really great card already. I was hoping that, you know, in a way we wouldn't ever have to just like totally drop her, but now they just created a card. It's like perfectly sequences with her. It's like immediately you see this in your hand, you see that, you better play it. There's so much value off of that.
And I also look at it from this perspective that like we already have this in the 1 cost Videl and the Halo Coup deck. We know that deck's pretty much dead in the water right now. But even when that deck wasn't in the water, like you didn't really see the 1 cost Videl into the 2 cost Videl on turn 1. Like there's just more value with what this Pan's doing versus what the Videl play in the Halo Coup deck is doing.
Because usually you have to have some things in the drop, and it felt like really awful if they got rid of it. Right, like this is okay. Like playing to play this and then cheat out the 2 and then get the 10k combo right back in your hand for black is like everything you really want. Combo in our hand is what we want, and then we're just generating more cards throughout the game. So I love this card a lot.
What would you grade it?
A. No
A?
way. Like they can, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
would,
the we needed this in the early game, and they needed something extra. I think it's even better than the Trunks card, which I graded it, like, I think it was a B or a B plus. I think it's even better than that.
yeah, I would probably agree. I would maybe put it A minus.
Yeah, can see that too.
Yeah, but I agree. It's definitely something that I think Super Saiyan 4 needed.
It's immediate threat. Like your opponents, you put this out on turn one and they cheat out a pan. The rest of the time, your opponent's thinking, "How do I get rid of that? Because I can't play anything 4 or less and keep it on the field."
Yeah. Next, we got Pilaf. 2 cost, 20k power, 5k combo. On play, add the top 4 cards of your deck into the owner's drop. I give this a B plus, just because it's basically doing what the Dende's doing, minus 1 card, and then it's also a 20k body you swing with.
Agreed, my brother. Agreed 100%. I think the deck, of course, needs bodies like to actually swing with, and I'm glad they printed one. And it wasn't just like another mill card, you know, kind of like the 18. Even though it's a good card, I just didn't need it to be, or another one like Krillin. I just didn't need it to be another one of those kind of cards at 2. It needed to actually be a body, and so I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, not nothing too crazy with this. Just having a little bit of extra offensive pressure to play off energy is beneficial.
Battle cards are needed in this deck too.
Then we're going to Beerus. 3 cost, 25k power, 0 combo. On play, place the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your drop, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it.
Okay, am I supposed to go on this one?
Yeah.
All right, I don't like this card personally. I don't know why they keep doing this with Beerus, because I love Beerus so much. I've been asking for a Beerus card in black, and then they gave us 2 and 2 sets, but they keep making them a 0 combo power. And black already has a hard problem with a lot of the cards that they play in a lot of their decks that are zeros. All the good cards have like 0 combo power. So here comes another one with 0 combo power. And I think, you know, you try to pair this with that Whis, and that's the idea here. Too many pieces. I'm never going to have that with Shenron. I'm not going to have all the pieces in my hand at the same time to be able to do this, and that's where I think this card becomes bad. 0 combo, it requires a setup, and its effect is on play, so I only get this once a turn, or once I play it, rather.
Yeah.
Not good enough for me. I'm going to say D, personally.
Yeah, I think the 2 cost Beerus and Shallot is just better than this, because it's a Self-Awakener and it sets up the top of your deck. And it's a 20k crit. So the 20k crit, I can, with everything that Beerus is doing, I can more so justify the 0 combo cost. You're not even KOing at cost with this. Like if you used marker maybe, but I'm not using marker for this guy. And the fact that you have to not only move the top 2 cards from your deck to your drop, and you need to have 7 cards, like there's too many, it's just too many restrictions for what this guy is trying to do. So I would probably agree with you. This is probably a D. There's some fringe cases, I think, that you might get this off and it would be beneficial. But I just don't see you playing this too often. And Shenron already struggles with combo power, so I probably wouldn't run this in Shenron anyway.
Yeah, agreed. And I agree with you on the other Beerus, you know, it being a Self-Awakener, because I don't mind with the other Beerus throwing a Chi-Chi out there and swinging a 40k crit at someone, right? That just feels like you can get some value. This card just doesn't feel like you're really getting any extra value off of it. But yeah, that's about all I have to say.
Yeah. All right, next one, we got our super combo. We got Bulma. I'm not even going to give this a grade.
Alt art. Here comes the alt art, though.
Yeah,
good.
I'm not going to give it a grade.
Oh, because of I got you. The art itself. I got you.
I say this, like, if I pull this card, cool. It goes sleeved in my binder. It's never seeing play ever.
I got you.
It's an immediate trade piece. It's immediate sell piece. Like, I am not playing like cards like this. It just, like, I understand. I understand the Peppy Gal theme. I understand that certain people might like this. It is not me. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I love the trimming of the card. So like outside of the art, taking the art away, because I understand. I love the way the new super combos have been designed. Overall, they've looked really good this set.
Yeah, all the super combos with the way they did the alt arts, I think they did it justice. Yeah, I agree. Then we got our third SR. Yes, third SR. Bulma. 1 cost. Like this is how you do Pepe Gels correctly. Sorry, Chi-Chi fans. Like this is how you do it. Like,
Yep.
1 cost, 5k power, 0 combo. Activate main, discard 1 card from your hand, and switch this card in a battle area to rest mode. If your leader has Dragon Ball in its special traits, add the top 2 cards of your deck to your life. Then look through your life and add 2 cards to your hand. Shuffle your life.
This card is absolutely necessary if you're playing Shenron. If there is a staple in the deck, this is it. Other than the Dragon Balls, right? Like you have to play this card. You're eventually going to have Dragon Balls in your life at some point. You play this deck long enough, it's going to happen. And you're going to need to be able to search for them, and Bulma allows you to do that. She also allows you some interesting sequencing where you could maybe see that there's 2 Dragon Balls in life, and you pull 1 ball knowing that you have another ball in hand, and you put something in life, right? And then you pull something else out that you may need for an upcoming turn. So I think that she actually has some cool little sequencing if you have a couple of them in hand. It doesn't have to be just I pull balls, right? And I put them in there, because sometimes you may need to pull combo power and then pull a ball or something like that. So I think this is an amazing card overall. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you're discarding a card, so if you have a Dragon Ball in hand, boom, like you're already in a much better start right out the gate. Then you're taking the top 2, you're adding 2 cards from your life, from your deck to your life. So at the start turn 1, you're going to 10, and then you're looking through your entire life, which I think is such a cool mechanic. Just being able to see everything that's in there and just grabbing what you need to put into your hand, while staying at the same exact like life count that you were at prior to playing the card. Is really, really cool. So yeah, I agree. I think this card's really good and it's necessary for Shenron. Would I say this is better than some of the other cards that we've labeled at A though? I don't know. I would maybe give this a B+.
I have to give this an A.
Okay.
I have to. Just because it's the only thing, the reason why is because I could win the game without the other cards. I cannot win the game if the Dragon Balls are in my life.
Yeah. No,
that's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That would be like, because if I can't win the game, then I think that she's the most important card. Like next to the Dragon Balls, she has to be one of the most important cards. Even though the other cards are really great, and maybe they go down like a little bit. Maybe they're more like A-, right, or like a B+. But I think she has to be an A, just because if you get stuck, you can't win the game without her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I won't argue it. All right, going on to next one. We got Bulma again. 2 costs, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, if your leader has adventure in its special traits, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then look at 4 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal 1 card with adventure in its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. Really good turn 2 Bulma support. If there's one thing I think Bulma as a leader kind of struggled with, it's the fact that like she didn't really have any good like turn 2, maybe in certain cases turn 3 plays. So being able to play this out, being able to take a life, so you're probably at this point you're probably, if you're not already awakened, you're 1 step closer to being awakened. Then you're basically drawing, so you're double drawing based off of taking life, and that's to help facilitate your hand, which she struggles with as well. Ideally, you're probably looking for your 4-cost Yamcha. There's another card that's with this new that comes with this new set that helps Bulma out too, so like that's another option for you. Yeah, I think this card's great. That's something that Bulma desperately needed. I'd probably give this a B.
I'd have to agree. I think this is definitely a B. My thought right away was she needs more searchers. Baba couldn't be the answer, and that's the problem with Bulma, is either you're trying to mulligan right at the end of the game to get your entire curve in your hand right off rip, and sometimes that feels a little scary, but I think this is kind of like the answer. It gives her a little bit more consistency. On turn 2, you can play this. You'll likely probably be awakened when you play her, considering how the game is going at that point. And it's okay to even swing her, because if you have any kind of 10k combo she's swinging for 15, and you're not expecting her to stay on the board anyways, right? So you're getting your opponent down a life. You're actually pushing them on turn 2, where you need to still be doing that with this deck. So I think this is a really great card, honestly. A couple more cards in this deck could be really, really strong.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going into the other piece for it. Nope, not quite yet. We got Vegeta, 2 costs, 20k power, 5k combo. On play, if your leader is Dragon Ball and has special traits, you place the top 3 cards in your deck into the drop, then choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it. Thoughts?
C. I think it's a decent card. It's dropping 3 cards, doing what I guess Shenron wants to do, and then of course it's allowing you to KO a battle card on the field. It's 2k 20k body, or 2 cost 20k body, so it's a battle card. So I can see people running it. I'm just not so sure I would run it in my Shenron deck, but if you're really into the 1-drop removal, or we have a meta where there's a lot of heavy 1-drops that we're worried about, this could be some consideration here, but it's about a C for me.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a C, C minus. I can see a scenario where like if you somehow get your opponent down to 1 in the Shenron deck, this could be a game ender card just because it removes a cantrip or something on the board that they can combo with. In like very, very like situational cases. But yeah, there are, and it is 20k body to swing with. But yeah, I mean, there's better 2 costs that you could be playing. You could be playing the Dende and milling 5. You could be playing the Pilaf, milling 4. And still getting a 20k swing.
Yep.
Like, even I can see cases where if you got a Son Gohan in your hand, maybe you play that because it's a dead card in hand, and you're placing 2 in the drop 2 with that. Like, I just see other cards other than this.
Card 100%. Yeah, that's even a better play. 100%. That's a better play.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say C for this as well. Here we go. Now we got Yamcha, 3 costs, 25k power, 5k combo. Permanent, if your leader has adventure in its special traits and you use a card from your drop in a combo during this turn, you reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 2, and then on play, you draw 1 card. So I think this is also another piece that Bulma desperately needed. Bulma before had a lot of problems, like, not problems, but like, there was never ever any reason to charge above 4 energy. Just because as long as you kept a Yamcha on the board, you were free playing stuff out anyway. So
absolutely.
Having something like this now gives Bulma a means to extend her play lines. So
I agree.
You can have a Yamcha out on the board. You play out Double Striker or maybe the 5-cost Son Gohan, but then you have 1 open energy, and you use Bulma's ability to do the combo piece shenanigans that she wants to do with all her stuff. Now you have an open energy to play this out. It's another 25k body swing, and then you're paying it for 1, and you're drawing a card on play to replace this. So it keeps her hand size up. It's another aggressive body that's going to be able to potentially inflict some damage to your opponent. And it's a combo extender. So yeah, I think this card's great. I think a B, maybe even like a B+ card for Bulma.
I agree. I think this card is definitely like a B or B+. I think this card can be used to help you between that 3 to 5 range with this deck. And like when you're getting to your 3 energy play and you don't have a Yamcha, from there forward, or even like a 2 energy play, or let's just say 3, a 3 energy play forward. If you play any 2-cost body plus this card, you're essentially playing Yamcha's effect the rest of the game. And if the whole idea with Bulma is to be able to spam the board or get as many as your pieces on the board, from turn 3 or when you have 3 energy, this card is live because all you do is combo from the deck. So if you're like, hey, I want that kind of effect where I'm getting another body out there, not just the 3-drop Krillin crit and then I pass turn. Now I can 3-drop Krillin crit, combo this card out for Yamcha, replace card in my hand. I put 2 bodies out there. Plus already what they were already having to deal with. So I think this card is excellent for the deck. Pretty much gives you the Yamcha play on any of your combo pieces. Yeah.
No, I think Bulma got some pretty good support this set. She needed it. But not Oolong. Oolong can't be adventure. Like, for whatever reason. Nope. Oolong is just there. All right, so now we're going to get into the extras. So we have Tell Me Your Wish now, 5 cost, activate main. If your leader is Shenron, you can play 1 battle card with a cost of 7 or less from your drop.
I don't know how I feel about this. It looks good. It reads good. It's a set 5 energy, and I'm not sure. I want to test it first because it reads really well, but it's another 0 in the list, and I know we're milling so much, so it's just like when I don't know if I'll ever have it drawn in my list, or if I do have it, I have it as a one of, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's a good card. It's a decent card. To me, it's like C plus. If you see it and you get it off, that would be absolutely amazing. But if you don't, then this card feels like a dead card in the hand for a very long time.
Yeah,
that's 5 energy in Shenron deck, where you're cheating things out probably before 5 energy, and you'd rather play the Goku at 5. I don't know. It feels a little weird.
And to add on to that too, it's not like, I think it's good because there's not many cards like in this deck there's not many like battle cards that you're playing out like for raw cost in this deck, from what it seems like. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of battle cards that you're spending with energy, so it's like, what do you spend that energy on? So like in the later game, I can see use for this card, and especially once we get to like the big bad of this deck and of this color for this set. Like there's some scary plays that you could do with this, but my issue with it is just that you're going to be so stacked on zero combo cards and dead cards in hand, and you're already running a plethora of extras, more so than you normally would in a black deck anyway. So
and they're still trying to kill you this entire time.
So it's just a matter of where do you put this card? What space is available for you to squeeze this into the deck? So yeah, I would say this is maybe like a C-. Like I can see some use for it. But it's like you said, like it's either you either get the ability off or you don't, and it's like that could make or break a match. So yeah, I'd say C-.
Yep. I agree. It's just you either get it or you don't. Otherwise, it's a 0 in hand, and it feels pretty awful.
Yeah.
Dragon Balls, we need them.
Yeah, we need them. So Dragon Balls, zero cost, which is great. It's got the Dragon Ball skill word, so that's new for the game. You can include as many copies of cards with Dragon Ball in your deck as you like, including cards with the same number, which is referring to the serial number down at the bottom right, as long as the total number does not exceed 7. So basically, you can incorporate 7 of this into the deck, which you want to incorporate 7 of this into the deck. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But then you also have the activate main here, which is to place the top 2 cards of your deck into your owner's drop. Yeah, I mean, it's like this is great because like you're not paying an energy for it. It's a little weird that this is an activate main, but I guess like because you're paying 0 for it anyway, and then like I will say it's a little awkward just to kind of see that, but I mean that's every extra card ever is usually like an activate main or an activate battle, so like they have to put the keywording in. But yeah, you're taking the top 2 of your deck, putting it in the drop, but then this is also immediately going into the drop after you activate the skill. So like you're basically playing this card. If you have this in hand, you just do this immediately. There's no reason to hold this card in your hand if you ever get it. You just activate it, toss it away, do black things. So
do black things. I love it. No, I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I would rate this higher than a C. Just because, like, I mean, I'm not grading this in the context of, like, it needs to be in the deck, because it does need to be in the deck. Like, I'm grading it from its usability, and it's just, like, it's a very standard card for what Shenron's trying to do. You more so need this just to meet your leader condition, and not so much for, like, the top 2 placement, in my opinion. So, it's necessary for the deck. It's just necessary for the deck. It's not doing anything too grand. I'd give it a C.
Agreed. It's kind of like life cards for us, right? We need them to be able to stay alive. Shenron needs this to be able to play his deck, but it's not necessarily what's going to win you the game. You know, you're going to need these cards definitely to play, but you're going to need a lot of the other cards around this card to be able to actually function. So you're going to need some of those other A cards that we talked about to find these cards to win the game. So I agree. This is probably like a C card, just because you just need them to function the leader, not so much as their power on the board.
Yeah, if this was anything like Egg in the Demon King Piccolo deck, I would probably put this as an F, because it's a mandatory inclusion that doesn't do anything. But because it actually like has an activate main that actually does something, yeah, it gets a lot more value out of it. So
absolutely.
Then we go on to Dragon Radar, 1 cost. Activate main, look through your deck and life, reveal up to 1 card with Dragon Ball in its special traits, and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck and life.
It's what you're gonna need to run this extra, for sure. There's gonna be moments where you just can't find it, and you need to awaken right then. You can't wait another turn. You have to either clear board or you need to apply the pressure that you need. So this is definitely a staple in the deck. I'd probably say at least a B plus or B or B plus, just because it's guaranteeing you to get a Dragon Ball, guaranteed in your deck or your life.
This is the card that I was thinking of when I said tell me your wish now, like is like not like where do you put it? It's because this has to take up space. You have to take this up. I don't even know if I would even give this a B, just because again, it's not doing
it's
any
like one of those things.
Like you have to have it. It's not doing anything too crazy, and it's a dead card otherwise. Like you milling this does nothing for you. Like milling this does nothing for you. Having this in your life does nothing for you. And
what's beautiful about this card though, guys, is like even like I'm gonna play around with the ratios because we're gonna be testing a lot. Even with this, I'm gonna play around with the ratios. But like remember, we have the 5 cost Goku. And remember what he can do. You could be in a situation where you just need to awaken right away. This could be in your drop. Put this right on the top of your deck. Pull the Dragon Radar. Get that last ball. Awaken, wish. Take control of the game. So there's a lot of little cool things that you can do with this.
Yeah. So I would probably give this a C as well. It's a necessary card for the deck. You have to run it in the deck, and it's got its use in the deck. But like it's not really doing much other than doing what you need to do. So. Yep. And now we're going to get on to the big boy. So we got Son Goku GT, the second secret rare of the set. 7 cost, 45k power, triple strike. And then on play, choose any number of battle cards whose total cost adds up to 7 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them. Yeah, I mean, this card is pretty crazy. Triple strike in the game, I don't know. Like, I look at triple strike in the game, and I treat it kind of like barrier. Like, this might be a little too soon for triple strike. I could understand in the context of the Shenron deck specifically that Shenron needs this card. Like, you're not getting much in the way of, like, battle power or swinging, like, in general anyway. So, like, you need this card in this deck.
You have to be swinging a lot. You need to be able to swing and put pressure and take life that your opponent is not willing to defend in the early game, and this is how you can do that really quickly. Yeah.
But outside of like its on playability is pretty good. Like you get rid of a 4 cost and a 3 cost. You get rid of a 5 cost and a 2 cost. Like there's a number of combos you can do to kind of remove stuff off your opponent's board. The only downside that doesn't really help is that like this does nothing. That effect does nothing against the Broly deck, the Broly BR deck,
or superhero,
or superhero. It's like Black's biggest matchup in my opinion, and it could be the same opinion as you have. Like green is Black's worst matchup because green is just able to keep up the same pace as Black, and they're able to just swing a lot harder, and they have a lot stickier bodies than what Black has. So I think like this is very situational. I think in everything but green, this works great. I'm also seeing like some scenarios and plays where like you maybe run this in other black decks. Like Shallot could maybe utilize this. Like Shallot could have issues keeping his board going, but you were able to get your opponent down to 3 life. So you play this out, you clear your opponent's board, and then you go all in with a triple strike. I mean, I could see like Shallot has no issues getting to 7 or 8 energy. So like I could see 1 or 2 copies of this being thrown in Shallot. Other black decks might be a bit more situational, but I mean every black deck can get to 8 energy with ease, especially when the marker's involved. So like I could see other decks having maybe one copy of this in the deck, maybe 2 at most. It's a good secret rare. I don't know how good it'll be outside of Shenron. So I think I will give this, for what it's doing and for the inclusion of triple strike in the game, I would probably give this an A. But do I like it? No. I don't know.
So hold on, I want to ask you a question. What do you not like about it? Because I want to share. Is
No.
it more so than what you were just saying, the triple strike being so early?
Yeah, like it's like just
okay.
yeah, just like barrier. Like barrier happened way too early in the game.
Gotcha.
They did it out of necessity for yellow because yellow was so far behind, and yellow needed something to kind of keep up the pace with the other game, with the rest of the game. This deck needs this card and needs triple strike because it needs something that allows it to keep up the pace with the rest of the game. So
I agree.
I think it's too early for it, but that's the only reason I dislike it. Like it's like I don't hate the card. I think it's got its use in black. I just don't like the idea of triple strike being here so soon.
I've been actually sitting on this one a lot in terms of how I feel about this card. I think the card is good. Hold on. I'll put it this way. If there's like good, great, amazing, I'd say it's between like good and great to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Right there, snuggled in there. And like what I think about this card is like you can't really depend on this if you're other black leaders for any shift in the game. Personally, like if you're any other leader in the game, personally, I don't think you can play this and think that it's going to turn the tides in the game. It's really going to be like a win more card. You're already either toggling the balance of the game and you throw this and it just utterly just shifts it into your favor, but you are already maybe winning. Whereas with Shenron, if you don't play this card and you're not wishing, you lose.
Yeah,
the
you
game.
lose. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think it's a lot different between the two leaders. I think with Shenron, I would probably say this card is like a B plus, close to an A minus, if not A minus. Every other leader this card is like a C, and I hate to say it because it's like you would want to think of SCR is like really amazing, but if you spend 7 energy with any of the other black leaders to do a triple strike, you could do so much more during that turn with any of the other black leaders, and that's how I feel about it. But with Shenron, you're cheating the 7.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's not, you're never really going to play this card at its max value in Shenron. So therein lies the difference to me. So I would say it's more like a B plus, A minus, but C to everybody else.
That was more or less like where I'd probably put it. This like black this set, like this was actually the video that I was like I was most dreading to do it's so hard to rate a lot of these black cards because it's all RNG. Like it's only the cards are only as good as you're able to see them and play them. Like it's just like I
agree 100%.
I struggled so hard just to like even saying A, I'm like I don't even feel comfortable giving it an A. But I don't feel comfortable putting it at B either. Like it's like I don't like what do you do?
Yeah, it's like B minus A. Like I understand it's good, but it's not like I play this and then my opponent is like absolutely shrieking, if that makes sense. Now there's shrieking if it's Shenron because he put this thing out at like turn 2 or 3. Like every other leader at like turn 7 or 8, they probably can get rid of this. Like, or they could just kill you the next turn, right? If you just played this and you didn't win the game, then it's likely they're probably in a position to beat you that next turn. So it's like, Shenron, amazing. Everybody else,
Yeah, no, I agree. But at the very least, the alt art for it is definitely an A if not an S tier. So
yes, I agree. That's one of my favorite alt arts in this whole entire game. So good.
Yeah, that like it's an iconic moment. It's a great moment, and yeah, like the art's just sick.
Everybody, I can hear that card talking. Shenron, I'm tired. I can just hear it.
Then last but not least, we have one more alt art in the black set, and it's a reprint of Kakarot. And if I pull this card, like it's immediately getting graded. This card looks clean.
Amazing.
I love this card.
Like I was the biggest hater of the Kakarot marker generator, but like I'm so happy that they got the one in the GT. But keep this in Bardock, of course, because it is Kakarot, and it looks absolutely amazing with the black border on there and the Bardock in the background. So I'm with it. This is also it just looks really good for the deck. If you're gonna full art it, this is another great piece for it.
I agree. Yeah, love it. But that is going to do it for the black archetype, guys. That is all of the cards that we have gone through. Just saying, buddy, thank you so much for joining me on this video.
Oh, you know what, man. Anytime. I appreciate the invite, man. And anytime you want to talk about black cards, man, you know where I'm at. Yeah, where can people find you? On Twitch, JustSaiyanTV TVG. You can find me there. Also, if you ever want to, always in my Discord. So if you guys find me on Twitch and you want to send me a message, I'll send you my Discord. Love to message anybody in the community, talk about the cards. And again, thank you guys. for all the support that you guys do continue to give me.
Of course, buddy. Yep. So that's going to do it for today's video. I will have JustSaiyanTV stuff, his links down in the description below. If you guys want to go and check him out, I would highly recommend you go and check him out. But with that said, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next breakdown video. Peace.
Peace.